Hello, it's Monday, June the 13th. I'm John Evans, and you're on the Small Town Network.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm Scott Wilk, and you're watching Community News.
Yeah, you need to stay tuned to the end because we're going to announce our winner for our Country Tonight giveaway. We've got Africa hot weather coming up. Scott's going to tell you about that.
Yeah.
We're going to eventually get back to our views and news about what's going on downtown here with the buildings and the loss of buildings. But first, we've got some little disinformation stuff we found in the news on the Ukraine, and Scott's going to tell us about that.
Yeah, as you know, you hear the music in the background. That's our friends Uzori. That's my friends from Ukraine. They're from a town called Mykolaiv, Ukraine, which I'll show you a picture of here in a moment. But if you follow along with us, you know that that is our friends there from Uzori. And I'll show you, there's a picture of them. You've heard their music before, but as you know, I can't believe it. We were talking about it this morning. February 20th was the start of this war, and gosh, we're already in June. There's a more recent picture of them there. Here's a map that shows Mykolaiv's right under the word Ukraine there, and it's a hot area. John and I always talk about it. That's an area where the Russians really want it real bad.
And actually, it was on Newsmax. I think I sent a link over to a story about that to Scott. And, and your guys had some words to say.
Yeah, John sent me a link, and it said that part of Mykolaiv, they were saying that Mykolaiv was 30% occupied by Russia. And it actually ends up that that's not the case. I talked to Alexander, I think day before yesterday, and I told him, and I actually shared that story to him. And it was funny because he said the news lies. He said that is completely incorrect. He said that actually he said that there are no occupation of Russians in Mykolaiv. He said they are actually shooting rockets from about 45 kilometers away. And that's where the majority of the heat that they're undertaking is coming from. They're not occupied. They're not troops on the ground in Mykolaiv. It's all rocket attacks, and I'll show you some pictures here again that I shared with you last week. But this is literally Alexander's neighborhood, and John and I talked about it's easy for us to go on with our lives because we're not looking at this on a daily basis. But this has not stopped. Even the news really doesn't talk about it as much anymore. It's kind of become back burner to gas prices and everything else in politics. But this is not getting better, and it's still a daily thing that our friends in Ukraine are dealing with. As you know, we started a GoFundMe page for them. It's a fundraiser, and that money goes directly to the town of Mykolaiv, which is really the front line for Ukraine right now. And that goes directly to the volunteers and to their troops.
Well, I tell you, and we were talking about that. It's sad that we can get used to hearing about bombs going off.
Yeah,
But if you're hearing the bombs go off, you can't get used to that.
Yeah,
We're getting used to hearing it, and it's old news to us. But every new bomb is a new bomb that's going off.
Yeah, and so it's important to us to let them know that we have not forgot about them, and that we always pray for them every day. And Small Town Network, we're behind them. So we send out our prayers continually to them. It's still a rough time. Alexander and Vladimir have left Mykolaiv, but the whole rest of the band, Uzori, they are all still there and getting shelled a lot. So again, our prayers go out to them, and thank you for your music as always. We enjoy that. But now we're heading into Things to Do, which is brought to you by Mr. John Evans.
Yeah, John Evans at Evans Financial, right across the street from what's left of the park and the gazebo. And just stop in to see me sometime. Of course, always, if you got those little statements, bring them in. Let's talk about them. But we got the 4th of July coming up. We got holidays. We got good summer weather. More important, I won't say more important, but equally as important sometimes as that sort of stuff, is what are you going to eat for the 4th of July? And I don't know if Scott can vouch for this, but a lot of people will tell you, I can do a brisket as good as anybody. If you're going to do one, if you're going to try your first one, give me a call and let me help you through that, and I'll give you some tips and the mistakes I've made in the past, and maybe you'll eat good this 4th of July.
Yeah, and there's his number there on the screen.
Yeah, give me a call, 865-354-1337.
Yeah, here we go. Things to do, as always, the Bluegrass Jammin'.
Bluegrass Jammin' session at the Bradbury Community Club, always at 6 to 10, $2 to get in. They have snacks and food, and call Marie.
Yeah. Gonna be a good time. Here's Roan State.
Roan State, it's not Diane.
No, it's not Diane.
And it's a Tennessee Quarter Horse Association. They're there most of the week, it looks like, from 8 to 10, and they're using both arenas, and it's free to go watch the Tennessee Quarter Horses. And I don't know, are they racing those horses or just doing skills events and stuff?
I think actually what it is, they do all kinds of tricks and stuff, I think. I used to, Bill and Diane, Bill used to mess with me because in the beginning I didn't know anything about horses, you know. I mean, I came up here from Florida, I could tell you about fish. But I always thought that meant they were like quarter of the size of a normal horse. I was like, is that the little miniature ones, you know? And he said, no. So yeah, I blew it. But yeah, go check that out. But don't call Diane. Call Heather.
Call Heather. There's her number and her email account.
H Motorcycle Mama.
Yep.
Yeah. Here comes Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo, and I've not been. I don't like that big of crowds. I had a niece that went a couple of years and she enjoyed it. But man, go to their website bonnaroo.com, and I bet you it's too late to get tickets and to get in there. But they seem to have a lot of fun. But give it a shot if that's what you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got a lot of stages and a lot of things to do, and she just thought it was great.
Yeah, so go check that out. Here's hiking.
Closer to home here, down in Spring City on the Piney. I don't know if you've been, but it's a great little river. And they have a trail hike there this Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Piney River Trailhead. So check out that eventbrite.com. You can get information there. And that's a good website. There's a lot of stuff to do at that website.
That's all events in or something. That's another good one. Yeah. Lots of good stuff on there. But go check that out. And here's Rockin' on Roan.
Rockin' on Roan. I'm just constantly amazed at how good a job Harriman does to putting on these events. They have one all the time, but this is the third Friday of the month. Rockin' on Roan from 6 to 8 on Mayor's Alley.
Yeah, we brag on Harriman and their city people. You said that's a city person. That's
I called to share some vendor information with the folks over Harriman once, and it was a city office I called. It was a city employee that handles that. So I mean, they're really committed to getting things done, and they're active.
They do a great job. So many things going on. So check out.
Bring a lawn chair, it says, and admission's free. Go to roantourism.com for more information.
Yeah, another hike. It's a good time to hike.
Grassy Cove hike, and that's up on the Black Mountain Trailhead. And Scott and I were talking. If you've not been to Black Mountain, go. If you go up 70 and you're going to Interstate 40 to go up to Crossville, and you go to Crab Orchard, and instead of getting on the interstate, if you just go ahead and cross over, you go all the way up there and you get to the top of Black Mountain. A great overlooking Grassy Cove. Great hiking trails. It's really, really neat and cool, and it's something that's free. Don't cost a lot.
Yeah.
Just if you're going this week, take a lot of water because man, it's gonna be
yeah. But it's always nice to get out there in nature.
It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, gonna have to check that out myself. Yeah. And here's that Easy Troll kayak
kayak tournament again, not terminal.
Terminal. That's me.
It's 6 to 2, and you meet up at the Easy Troll outdoors.
Yeah.
At 3 p.m.
I tell you, I'm about ready to get into the kayak thing. Because you know what? Sometimes, especially right now when my boat's kind of landlocked by construction, which really is heartbreaking. But I've been thinking about the kayaks lately, because I could just throw it in the back of the truck and just throw it in the water, and it's not as much as hooking everything up. So gonna have to get into that Easy Troll kayak tournament. Here's another thing at the Bradbury.
Yeah, same place, Bradbury Community Club. They got their band appreciation potluck dinner from 3 till 10, and it says bring a dish, but they're providing the meat.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is, but call Maria again, I guess, at that number, and you can answer those questions.
Yeah. And here is the cool Veterans and Family Freedom Fest.
The second annual Families and Freedom Fest and Poker Run, and it's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at David Webb Riverfront Park there in Wartburg.
Yeah.
And go check that out.
Yeah, so that's a cool thing. Here's our, this is cool. I saw this actually. I had an estate sale right by here, and I drove past that Kingston Farmers Market.
Did you have a good crowd?
Yes, it was packed, and it was beautiful, just like they say. It's right there on the lake. And it's a great view, and they were packed. There looked like a bunch of different things to see. So, man, you want to go see this one.
And get out there, and tomatoes are coming in real good. We stopped at a little place and got some tomatoes. The wife made a tomato pie.
Ooh.
Oh man, if you never had one of those.
Yeah, and I didn't get to jump in because I didn't want to interrupt you doing your Evans financial thing. But some of the best barbecue and all that I've ever had has come from your house. Holy cow! But, yeah, so we might have to, if we had like a pavilion downtown or something, we could have like a cookout for the STN family. But
we could do that. We could do that.
There might be some property available for that.
Yeah, there might be a little room down here for that.
Yeah. But definitely go check out that Kingston Lakeside Market.
And that's Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that's in Kingston on KingstonLakesideMarket.com. They got their own website.
Yeah, so check that out. Here's a cool one.
Lavender Festival.
I don't even know if I've heard of a Lavender Festival.
Nor have I, but it's at Jackson Square in Oak Ridge this Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And that's at that All Events.
Allevents.in, which is weird, but they have a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, check that out. It even says it have Tennessee wine there, so go get you some Tennessee wine. And here, as usual,
as always, the Oak Ridge Farmers Market Saturday, and that's at Jackson Square as well, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yeah, and here's an arcade gun show.
The gun show is the 18th and 19th at the Knoxville Expo Center, and it's Saturday and Sunday. And $12 will get you in. Adults 13 and older, and kids get in for $5.
Yeah, and they do have VIP tickets available, which just means you don't have to wait in the line or any of that. So check that out. Here's parents and kids golf tournament. Yep,
at Stonehenge Golf Course, and shoot them an email at fairfieldgladeresort.com. We couldn't find a lot of information about that.
No. It was weird. I looked at multiple websites, but hard to find information about that. But do go to that website. They do have where you can message them to get information and stuff like that. But now we're heading into weather, which is brought to you by Shape Up.
Shape Up, a great little gym over there in the Big Lot and Tractor Supply Shopping Center. And that place is growing. There's a lot more things coming in, but Shape Up is a great place. They got a lot of free weights. They got aerobics rooms and classes and such going on. There's a little information on your packages, but the most important thing, if you're a little older and you're on a Medicare supplement or Advantage plan, it's a good chance you could go for nothing. And you might as well get out there, get healthy. For free. It's hard to beat that. And I've been taking Tom with me on Fridays.
I wondered if
he's enjoying it. He just keeps wanting to do, well, what's this? Let's do that. And I'm getting tired, and he's wanting to add stuff in. So that's pretty good.
But yeah, go see him at Shape Up. Talk to Ken and Mary down there.
Yep.
And so again, if you're just joining us, we want to thank WVLT Channel 8. And especially the WVLT Channel 8 First Alert Weather Team for allowing us to use their weather information. There's your 8-day planner. Look at today. It feels like 95 to 100, and John and I were talking. We both agree with that.
Yeah, if not more.
It's so hot outside. It's unreal. But so funny thing is, it shows it being hotter tomorrow. Must be a little bit less humidity. But you know what? We were looking no rain, really, except for Thursday afternoon. Of course, this is summer and everything can change, but that's a pretty good looking weather forecast right there.
The plan is now top stays off the Jeep till Thursday.
That's good. And then here I will show you of a little bit of the radar. I zoomed in. Look at that. That is Rockwood right there at the little Mickey Mouse hand that John loves so much. But look, I have to go pretty far out to see. It'll recoup here, but there is really not much on the radar at all. So we are thankful for that. But once again, we do want to thank all the folks at WVLT, especially Heather Haley and all the weather crew, Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley, that is. Didn't know. I found out when I did that Heather Haley special. She is one of the first actual lead meteorologist for a TV station here in Knoxville, so that was pretty awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, if you haven't already, download their apps. They got a news app, weather app. It's very awesome. Very, very cool. Gives you alerts on traffic, weather, all kinds of stuff. Big news stuff going on. So definitely check that out. But that heads us into our favorite little section, birthdays, which is brought to you by Bushel and a Peck.
Bushel and a Peck, great little boutique on the corner of Rockwood Street and Front Street. got a little bit of everything. They got booth space for a lot of local talented folks, artists and craftsmen. And we got some fishing supplies in there from RC Outdoors.
Yeah.
And Father's Day's coming up. There's some stuff in there that your daddy might want.
Oh yeah, and they got some special lives this week.
Yep. CNC Collectibles is live on Tuesday the 14th at 5:30. That's on Facebook. And Thursday at 16th, you've got at 5:30 a special for guys and gals.
Guys and gals, yeah. And then speaking of RC's Outdoors, you can get 15% off till Father's Day.
On the fishing stuff.
Yeah, so that's cool. I actually saw them yesterday and saw their section and saw a bunch of their new stuff. They got this one section that's got all these little crocheted animals and all this stuff. Really cool. Another one is like where somebody took little like where if you cut a branch or a tree branch sideways where it's a round circle, they made all these different critters with them. It's so cool. Tons of Father's Day ideas in there. So definitely go check them out. It was good to see them yesterday. But yeah, heading into birthdays. Here's the birthdays today.
Roger Eichelberger, Bruce Dunkel, and
Jim McCord. Yeah, my buddy Jim McCord. He's the lead guitar player out there at Pathways Church. Does a great job. And also birthday today, Noah Van Hoosier, which is that's my wife's little brother right there. I say little, but I'm pretty sure he towers over her now. But yeah, happy birthday to Mr. Noah. And then here's some more coming up this week.
Bill Roberts, Ricky Moore, Karen Bowman, Jim Brown, Billy Joe Ralston, Linda Suttles, Ginger Morgan Chapman, went to high school with her, Lee McVeigh, Ann Roberts, Brian Phillips, and Tony Tank Bright. Went to high school with him as well, played football with him.
Yeah, my buddy Peter Iberseeder, Jason Orlando, April Barty, and there's Bill.
Yeah, going back to Bill, there's my cousin Bill. He's in the little yellow box, and with 87 on, that's me next to it. It's all the Klein, half of the family kids there.
Wow.
And, Bill's the oldest.
What year is that, you think?
Oh God, I don't know. But that's Bill's the oldest, and
Are they holding
his
up a
little
picture
brother.
Of somebody in the
back?
back?
His brother Mike has got Spock, and cousin Paul. It looks like he got somebody from the Mod Squad there.
Yeah.
And for those of you who know her, in the little baby blue by the candy jar, that's my sister Angie. So give her some trouble.
Oh wow!
If you
Look
see
at that. Yeah.
So it's Mike, Bill, me, Cindy, Robin, Paul, Angie, and Donnie.
Wow, yeah. So happy birthday to Bill.
Yeah.
And here's another one.
Yeah, Keaton Bowman, running for state representative, and it's his birthday this week.
Yeah, so that's very awesome. Happy birthday to everybody. Don't forget, folks, if you've got a birthday coming up or you got a friend or family member with a birthday coming up, we'll give you information on how to send us a picture, a funny picture, anything. You can even send us videos so we can share those as well. So yeah, send those to us. Keep them coming. We appreciate that. Now we're going into our other interest section, which is brought to you by Tooth Fairy Treasures. Now, Tooth Fairy Treasures is out there, 5512 Harriman Highway, out there in Oliver Springs. They are open Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Also every other Saturday. The nice thing is their proceeds from your purchase there goes to help out folks that need help with dental procedures, poverty folks. So we really appreciate them. Here's one. It's almost July already, but this is a good one.
Yeah, they're starting on July 11th, but still, I think, and actually I saw him advertising on another vendor site, so they're still looking for vendors.
Yeah.
It looks like it'd be a great place to be if you want to be a
$10.
vendor, and it's only $10, so
Can't beat it.
Hey, it's worth giving a shot.
Yeah, and here's another thing we mentioned. This will actually be in our upcoming events next week, but we wanted to go ahead and share this because the folks at Crab Orchard Christian Church shared it, but it looks cool. Check that out.
Old Paths, that's a gospel group, and they're going to be singing there at 6 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah.
Always make sure you say Central because
Yeah.
you'll be an hour early or an hour late if you don't get there right. But that's free to go to as well.
Yeah, and if you followed along with us last week, it was my buddy, my good friend, and also kind of one of my bosses, Jeff Taylor from Country Tonight. It was his birthday. Now we just got through the birthday section, but for Jeff's birthday, you actually got tickets to Country Tonight. Jeff is the general manager of Country Tonight, so we gave everybody a chance to comment in, say I'm going Country Tonight, tagging friends, and we had all kinds of people do that. And so what we did is every time you put your name on there or you posted that, we gave you an entry into the into the contest, put all the names in a bowl, and we are going to announce our winner. Are you ready? I probably do have a drum roll effect, but I don't know where it's at. So here it comes. There's our winner, Miss Tina Cronover. And I put that on there as a little shout out to her, but she's running for county commissioner.
And that's great.
And I think that's cool because I think this is the time to really be looking at
it's coming up.
But congratulations to Tina. If you guys have been seeing our page, she's been all week blowing it up. She had so many entries in the jar that but you know what? You all had a chance to do it too, and we had a couple other people that had a bunch of entries, but she won. So Tina just sent us a message. All I need is some personal information from you, and you can go check out the Country Tonight show. So thank you to Jeff at Country Tonight. It was his birthday, and you guys got the presents.
Well, we got such good response from that. That's not the last time we're going to do something like that. We've had sponsors that are willing to put some stuff up, so we're going to have more of those giveaways.
Yeah, and it's no secret. We've got a lot of new things coming. We have a whole new studio that's being built, but we're almost at 1,000 followers. It's kind of amazing, really.
Yeah.
We are really close. We're over 900. It grows every week. I always forget to mention it because I just don't like to talk about ourselves very much. But please like and share our page. Share the link from Small Town Network with all your friends. We really appreciate it. I've got a lot of things we're working on, but we're just trying to wait to that 1,000 viewer mark or 1,000 followers. Now that doesn't mean we're only getting viewed 1,000 times. We average pretty close to over 3,500 views a week at least, which is awesome. So thanks to everybody. But I always forget, please like and share the page. Share the show with your friends. Tag some friends in it. If you see their birthday on here, hey, tag them. Say, hey, I saw your birthday on Small Town Network. But yeah. And we're talking a lot about election time coming soon. And we talked on the last week's episode about the downtown Rockwood. As all of you know, there's a lot going on in downtown Rockwood. But our question is it for the good or for the bad?
Yeah, and just noticed on the way over, I have no idea why they did it, but man, they've cut up, the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And they've taking the concrete saws out into the road past the parking spaces here in front of what's going to be the new water and gas building. So I have no idea what they're going to do there. So if anybody out there has, a kind of a drawing, a mock-up of what that building's supposed to look like in its
we would
finished,
love to see.
Yeah,
Send
share
us a
that
picture.
with us. Share that with us, and we'll post it here so we all get a view at it. And also, I think we were a bit wrong. Well,
we don't
how
know
do you
that
be
we
a
were...
bit wrong? We don't know whether we're wrong or not, but
I've got
some indication that maybe the city doesn't have 40 grand to dedicate to it. I can't confirm that, or the fact that Rockwood 2000 was going to be the lead on that. So none of that is confirmed, and it's still speculative. But the thing is, I did speak this week to a couple of ladies. I won't call their names because I didn't ask them permission to, but they have some experience in historic preservation and getting grants, and one of them had what I loved about our conversation. She just was showing it to us and to me and saying, I'm not married to this idea, but this is just what came into my head. And she had, farmers market space, parking spaces, playground areas for kids. I mean, all this stuff that...
and these were plans that she had drawn up?
She had just hand-drawn them. But, I mean, she had done a really...
Was it specifically for Rockwood?
Specifically for this area. Wow. I mean, and it was laid out, which I thought was very usable. And I don't know if I spent 2 weeks on it, I would make many changes, Right. But the big thing is funding, because all that takes money. And, 40 grand, I don't know if you've ever dealt with playground equipment or thought about it. Man, playground equipment that you can put in the public, that kids are going to play on, that you can afford the liability insurance for them playing on, that's expensive stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, so 40 grand might not even get you started on the playground.
Yeah.
But, that goes into one thing I was mentioning to Scott. And when all this comes about, and like I say, these ladies aren't from here. they've moved in here and they have had successful lives, and they've done things, and they care about this town. And one of the things that really, really upsets me, because it's one of the most offensive things I think you could say around here now, is, you know, you're not from here. That's not the way we do things. We can't afford to do that anymore. We have to be accepting of people, and most everybody's friendly. I mean, Scott's not from here, but I mean, look, you're actually doing something in town, and most of the people, if you look, the ones that are doing something and making an effort to make things better, they're not from here.
Exactly.
And when you're telling them that's not the way we do things, you know what you're really saying? You're saying because our way of doing things is what? Is it homeless people walking the streets? Is it no jobs for our kids when they get out of school? Is it poor schools?
Yeah.
Is that the way we do things? Because that's what we're getting.
That's what we got.
That's what we got.
Crackheads, it's just rough
people.
people.
I don't care who you are or where you're from. If you're going to start talking about what we can do to bring jobs in an industrial park, because I can think of 2,000 jobs right now that aren't in our industrial park because of the way we do things.
Yeah.
You know, $2,000, 2,000 jobs, man, that's 2,000 families that are having a much better Christmas, and actually probably more than that.
Yeah, and that's money in your city economy.
That's money in your city economy.
That's not a bad thing.
And we didn't talk about this part, but you know, and I know the county works hard, and I don't want to get too broad with this, but you know, we've got our industrial park up there on the interstate, and that's in our own county. But Scott, if I hired you, if I'm the manager of one of those places over there, and if I hired you, and I said, Scott, here you are, I'm paying you $90,000 a year to go sit in that office and do this job for me, go off and find a place to raise your family and live, and you ain't coming to Rockwood.
No.
You're getting on the interstate, you're going to North City, or you're going up to West Knoxville, and that's where the money that's earned in Roane County is going to be spent, you know. Not only do we need to work on getting jobs, we need to work on getting jobs where people are going to live here, they're going to spend their money here, so we all do better. And I know that's
people don't realize
that's a rant, but
it's all connected. You know, like the more money that comes into the economy, it actually triggers more growth, because when the jobs come in, well, guess what? People need places to shop, and instead of having to drive to Knoxville to get to your bigger stores, or to drive to, you know, Crossville or Oak Ridge, I mean, you're at least almost an hour from any name brand store besides Walmart.
Where we live, I mean, we're as far as you can go.
Yeah.
And they're now, this is in Ray County, but they're building the dollar store. I mean, they're casting those things like seeds.
Oh yeah.
You know, but
that's why.
And the thing being too, you know, 5 or 6 years ago, and I hate to use this phrase, but I don't know a better one, but I got roped into doing the pump gas for people up here at the Rocky Top for the United Way.
Yeah.
And we're doing that, and you know, they pair you up with 4 or 5 different guys. And one of the dudes, it was a young kid, and he was working for Chamber of Commerce. And what he was doing is kind of like industrial recruitment and stuff. And he really knew, he's fresh out of school and really knew his stuff. And I got thinking, wow, we're not going to keep him very long, and we didn't. But I was telling him, you know, it'd be nice if we had a hotel or something here in town. And man, he already had the numbers. He said, well, here's what they're looking for. You know, traffic on your roads, and they're looking at occupancy rates in the surrounding area. And he said, you know what, you are this close. He said, you know, a little bit more traffic, and you know, you get a little bit more pressure on the surrounding hotels, you know, rooms, and you can have it. But you know, you're very, very close. And he knew the numbers that these people do. It's all math.
Yeah.
And you know, we got to work harder on these things. Rockwood could be something if we try.
Yeah, and I think you know. Gosh, we could do a whole show on this.
And we may.
and maybe we will, especially when we get the call-in lines, because I would love to have people call in. Of course, I would have to get a 5-second delay probably. But there's a lot of things. You know, first of all, I'm fairly new to this area. I've only been here a couple years. But yeah, I noticed a lot of and I still have relationships that are really rough with other businesses here in downtown because they've been around for all this time and they're not so friendly to the idea of something new coming in. And I've dealt with that personally, but and then you hear a lot of the old timers say, oh, well, Rockwood fell apart and the interstate came through and all that. Well, let me tell you something. We can't really blame the interstate because you know how many times that interstate up on the mountain is closed? And guess where everybody goes every time that interstate's closed? They all drive right down through here to 70 to Crab Orchard. Or if 75 is blocked up and people are trying to get to Chattanooga from up north, they can come right straight through 27. I mean, we have everything. We have a great roadway. There is a lot of traffic that comes up and down 27. So it's not the physics of this town that's stopping the growth. It's the stubbornness and old time stuck in your ways it's not allowing growth. You have to have new ideas. I've met people that when I used to come to Rockwood, gosh, almost 20 years ago, and I know people that back then were on fire to build this town, and they were trying, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, and they're trying to have this, and they get no support from the town. And now, then that was before I had a shop here. Now that I own real estate here, they're not interested anymore because they're burned out.
Well, and
because nobody helped.
I'm getting a little further afield, but there's a group that's very upset about Airport Road. Now, I don't know the mechanics of it, the details of what would take to fix that road, but I know it's a very serious issue for the folks that live just on top of the mountain. And years before, I had an idea that with and if you look, there's a post of it, and maybe we'll put a link to it, but kind of perverted some hiking software to say, what are the slopes and, the elevation gain between, the start of Rockwood Street at the old furnace up to Airport Road, at the Airport Road Exchange. And it's doable if you just stay in the valley. And in the valleys in the low part, it's not going to fall.
Yeah.
That's not a spot that's going to keep sliding. So you stay in there. The slopes aren't that bad except for at the bottom. Usually it pitches up at the top and you got to worry about it. The slopes at the top are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the slope at the bottom. And you make that up with, you're going to have to overpass of the horse head, I don't know what they are now, but the horse head spurs. You're going to have to come over that. But, if we focused efforts on that, maybe we get a exchange off the interstate. We satisfy the Airport Road people because I don't know. I believe that road is probably not salvageable in its current location.
Yeah.
And,
or you're just throwing money into a wasted...
A big hole. And
one of those things where it never is going to be better just because of the physicality of it.
The other great thing, that Airport Road Exchange is right before where all the problems on I-40 start.
Exactly.
So, what you've got is a natural bypass.
Yep.
Bring them right through town, and then we're back where we used to be, where we had traffic through our town.
Yep.
We've got access to the interstate. But I think...
But moral of the story is the way to get all this done is to, number one, speak your voice, use your voice, go to your council meetings. I was talking to Cheryl and Roland. They've been going to the council meetings to try to figure out what's going on downtown. But elections are coming. Your voice, your vote, I don't care what people tell you, it counts.
It does, and I don't care if you disagree with me.
Yeah.
You need to get out there and say, I hope, if I'm being too harsh about it, you're not from here, and what I think that means, hey, let me know, because,
best to have a discussion. I mean, that's the way you solve problems.
And if you've got an idea about who should run for something, hey, put it out there. Get them excited. I think, in my opinion, we need new blood. We need new ideas, and we need to drop the hard-headedness. We need to be able to discuss things and find a solution that meets everybody's needs. And it's doable, but we got to change some things.
Yeah. So, we've got another program called Local Focus. It's in the works. When we get to Upland viewers, and will be a perfect platform for all those kind of talks, in which we'll bring guest speakers in. But if you are with the construction crew, the city, whatever, and you've got any information, hey, if we're saying something wrong, hey, tell us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But right now, there's no information out there, and the whole city wants to know what's going on, and they have a right to know. That's just the way it works, because you know what? The city people pay your paycheck. So we don't work for you, you work for us. But I don't think I think we all forget about that. But your vote counts, your voice counts. Voice it on here. If you know what's going on for real and you're a council person, hey, we'll even have you sitting in a chair next to John and you can tell us what's going on. But right now, no information is what we get. So we'd like to know what's going on, but your voice counts. And so more to come on that, of course. But yeah, so and if you do happen to know something about that, hey, this is how you can contact us.
Yeah, shoot us over by email at Gmail. It's smalltownnetworklive@gmail.com, or the easiest way is just message us on Facebook, and we'll get that information and we'll put it out for you.
Yeah.
Let us know your opinions on everything that we've said today, and if you want us to tone it down, and if that's consensus, we might.
Yeah,
but,
we'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
But anyway, congratulations to Tina, our Country Tonight ticket winner. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and share. But it's another week down the tubes. It's a hot one too, so everybody stay cool, stay hydrated. Get that WVLT weather app downloaded so you can stay aware of the situations. And if you're an information person or a city person, send us information. We'd love to know. But so it's the end of another Monday. We wish you all a great week. And from all of us here, I'm Scott Wilk.
I'm John Evans.
Yeah, so have a great week, everybody.
Y'all be good.